From a dumpy little office in West Covina, California, the Foobar Show takes over Nelson's Fun Never Ends podcast.
Hey, this is Nelson here.
Hey, I am Joe C.
And I'm Josh.
And we got David on the mix. Say hello, David.
Hello, David.
And we also have Steph in the room. Say hi, Steph.
What's up, my dudes?
Hi, Steph.
Hey, Steph. So, thank y'all for letting me. Thank you, Nelson, for letting us be on your show today, man.
Hey, thanks for letting me be on your show for the last couple episodes.
Right on. Yeah, absolutely. You can
FOO.
catch us. You can catch us at FOObarshow@gmail.com. FOO Show is our handle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out. Drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, foos?
Foos.
Delayed reaction, man. So, what do you got there, Nelson? What do you got for us
today? 7 p.m.
Uh-huh.
Park, Hacienda Heights, is a Billy Idol tribute. They're called Idol X, featuring Rudy Sarzo, brother Robert Sarzo. If you want to come out and catch it, 7 p.m. Bring your chairs, bring whatever. Just don't bring alcohol. There will be sheriffs over there.
Oh, okay.
So it's put on by the county. So.
Damn it.
Bunch of prudes, if you ask me.
This Tuesday, they've got DSB, America's Favorite Tribute to Journey, over at Foobar Park.
That sounds like a lot of fun, man. That sounds like a lot of fun.
So,
how about that? Is he better than Arnel Pineda?
He's an equivalent to Steve Perry.
Oh.
But many would argue that that's the case with Arnel Pineda.
Steve Jerry was better. Second singer. He was a lot better.
Are you saying that Arnel Pineda sucks?
He kind of.
That's what he said. That's what he just said.
Damn.
Okay, I said it.
Damn fighting words.
Look, the first time I saw them with Arnel, he was great.
Mm-hmm.
Once they did the second album with him, it sucked.
Oh.
Well,
At that point, I'm just like, no thanks.
You're like, I'm
I
done.
Sure.
But then again, I can't say much because I'm going to see them with Def Leppard in September at T-Mobile Arena. But
fake outrage.
Hey, but the only good thing is Def Leppard's headlining, so even if I miss Journey, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
Well,
You're gonna do like you did with the other time where Chicago was playing for.
No, I'm just gonna sit there. I'm gonna listen because there's no new album to do.
that's the spirit.
There you go.
That's the spirit. So I went to OC Fair to go see Rat, Tom Kiefer, and Lynch Mob. Great show. Rat has all new members. Some of you already know.
Are there any original members?
There's two.
Okay.
Stephen Piercy, the singer,
Uh-huh.
and Juan, the bass player. Pete Holmes from Black and
First
Blue
name
is
basis, I see.
Good old Juan.
drumming.
Good old one.
Wait, which one?
You got me there. But everything sounded good. This past Wednesday night, I went to the Viper Room. Metal Assault put on this awesome local band showcase, and that's honestly the second time I can say that every band was good.
Oh,
That's the first time I actually.
That's
enjoyed
rare,
every
man.
single-
That's
dope.
rare.
5 bands.
I catch some local shows every now and again with me being part of one of them, and it's rare that you would find that everybody on the bill is like entertaining, good music, stuff that you would probably listen to in your car. But that's good, man. So what did you specifically like about it?
Well, everyone
was just fucking good. Yeah,
It's fucking good.
Awesome.
So you can complain. Bands were Event Horizon, Tsunami from San Diego, Anthea, another LA band, Nova Rain. They're a power metal band from LA, and then Grave Shadow, which is from Sacramento, California. We'll talk about this more later. I'm gonna pass this. That does it for me. I'm gonna pass it on to these foos.
Well, thanks, man. Again, we want to thank you for having us on your podcast, and I'm glad everything's working on the live feed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay, you guys are listening to it now. I'm just going to run this past you. We had a slight technical difficulty 30 minutes into the goddamn show, and I find out about it, but which I should have did it right at the beginning. But
it got a little Foobar.
Hey, live is live. Now I know why De Niro is like, live? I don't do live.
That's the risk, man, when you have the Foobar show taking over. It
Yeah,
just gets Foobar.
things just fuck up every now and again.
All right, foos, gonna foo it up.
Well, we talk about all kinds of things, current events, news, comedy, sports, but being that shit's going down right now in San Diego with San Diego Comic-Con, that's going to be one of the big parts of, or a big chunk of today's show. So go. I understand you have a few things for us, Josh.
Yeah, so there's huge news going around, especially for comic book fans and, the new comic book movie fans. Like if you guys are fans of DC, Marvel. DC, they just released they released 2 trailers today. They released Aquaman, starring Jason Momoa, which is releasing, I believe, this November. I heard great things. I haven't seen it yet. I'll be catching it. I will be posting it on the websites, guys, so just keep a lookout. And then Shazam. Shazam looks amazing.
Shazam looks pretty good. Yeah. Zachary Levi just is the perfect fit.
He just fits.
Yeah,
he got huge. Like,
what was that other show that he was on? That was also comic book inspired.
Good luck, Chuck.
Good luck, Chuck.
Yeah. He was good in that
too.
In that,
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, he looks great in it. It looks like a really nice change of pace for what DC's been doing. Like not. No offense to them. I'm a huge DC fan. I feel so self-conscious now.
You're a huge DC fan?
I'm a huge DC fan, and they've been fucking up these movies.
Yeah, they have.
With Justice League.
Very underwhelming.
Yeah. Not Lego Batman.
No, Lego Batman was amazing. That was amazing. But as far as their live stuff, it's underwhelming. So I'm hoping with Aquaman and Shazam and the new Wonder Woman 84, they may be releasing something coming out with that too.
Yeah, totally.
They're going to be amazing. So, we'll be posting some of these on there. There's also been a new trailer for a little movie called Glass. And does that kind of sound familiar to you?
Yeah, I understand that's supposed to be the next movie for the Unbreakable series.
Exactly. It started off with Unbreakable, directed by M. Night Shyamalan, starring Bruce Willis as the lead role. He was a guy that somehow stumbled upon the knowledge that he was a superhero. Like he had super strength, but his weakness was water. Go figure. Mm-hmm. And then the next movie was Split, which is about this weird crazy guy that has over 24 split personalities, and he captures these girls and torments them with all these different personalities, and one of the personalities is called the Beast. And it's supposed to be this weird, he thinks he's superhuman and he's able to jump on walls, climb on ceilings. He thinks he's a supervillain. And so at the end, it turns out that's when you find out that it's a part of the Unbreakable saga because Bruce Willis shows up as David Dunn, the superhero. Yeah. This next one opens up where all 3 of them, David Dunn, the Split guy, and then Samuel L. Jackson as Mr. Glass. Yes, sir. And
man. Who do you think he planned this? Do you think M. Night Shyamalan was that clever where he's just I'm going to make a trilogy?
No, I think he just stumbled. I think he stumbled backwards into it. And he just
because he put out a few stinkers, man.
He did.
The Happening sucked. It was complete cabbage.
He missed every note in The Happening. First off, John Leguizamo as a math teacher. And
I didn't buy it for a second.
Somehow the math teacher is able to figure out what's going on, and the science teacher doesn't.
The dialogue was trash in that movie. The whole thing it felt like a high school play.
But you know what? I have to tell you that I had a friend in high school who predicted, or no, she didn't predict it. It actually happened, right? She had a theory that plants were actually going to kill everybody. And then so when we saw this movie, it was
just every fear ever just kind of just opened up oh my God.
Well clearly she's not the only one thinking about this. It's oh my God.
Wow, you're
my daisies are killing me.
Jesus Christ. Man, hopefully this next one looks really good. The trailer looks dope. I will be posting it. You guys can enjoy it yourselves. There's also some Venom footage that just was released. They haven't released it out yet to the public, but
it's not Eric Foreman now this time?
No, it's not Eric Foreman. Thank God. Dumbass. Eric Foreman. No, it's Ed Hardy. It's Tom Hardy. Not Ed Hardy. Sorry. Tom Hardy as Venom.
Ed Hardy. Yeah, he's making a bunch of douchebag fucking T-shirts to pass around.
Ed Hardy clothing. He's bringing it back. He's bringing it back, guys. Bringing it back. So yeah, just look out for that, guys. I'll definitely be posting
offense
them.
to our friends in the 909.
Yeah. No offense. Ed Hardy's cool, guys. Ed Hardy's cool. Keep wearing it. So some more news.
Good on you guys.
Some more news that's going on. Fans of The Walking Dead, there's been a sad announcement for this next season. Andrew Lincoln will be leaving.
Yeah, I heard about that, man.
Yeah.
In fact, we talked about it on the podcast maybe a month or so ago, but he talked about it on the panel?
Yeah, he did. You know, on the recent panel, he did confirm that, you know, this is his last season. And he actually followed with this statement. Mm-hmm. There seems to be an elephant in the room regarding whether or not this is my last year. This will be my last season playing the part of Rick Grimes. I love this show. It means everything to me. I love the people that make this show. I'm particularly fond of the people that watch this show. This has been the most extraordinary, amazing, and beautiful experience of my career, made possibly large by you guys in this room and rooms across the world. And I just want to thank you. We're deeply proud of the work that we've done this season. I think that new showrunner Angela Kang is astonishing, leading with such class. What I wanted to say is my relationship with Mr. Grimes is far from over, and some part of me will always be...
Fuck you.
Some part of me will always be machete-wielding sheriff deputy from London, England.
Right on.
Yeah,
right
so,
on.
you know, he missed his kids. He missed his kids.
Yeah, he wanted a vacation. I
did.
get it. I get
He
it.
did.
You know, I mean, I'm sure they film often.
Yeah, in Atlanta,
In
Georgia,
Atlanta.
mind
Yeah,
you.
right now, I'm sure it's hot as balls.
Oh, my God.
Don't they film like from August to February?
Yes. So the weather there is drastic. You get the super humidity, and then all of a sudden you'll get like snow. You just get snow. So it's like it's really weird.
Wow.
You know, and he actually asked the producer Scott Grimes. He asked him, "Can you have me killed off by a young child? I would love a young child to be the person that kills me." And Scott Grimes just responds, "I don't know if we can do that, but we'll see. We'll see how we do it. So look out for Maggie's kid to kill Rick.
Maggie's kid's gonna come out with a shank and just let him have it.
They'll time jump, and then Judith will be like this angry teenager, and then she'll be like, "I hate you, Dad."
Dang, just fucking prison shanks him.
Yeah.
Just gonna walk up to him really closely, go
Jeez.
Oh,
For
man.
grounding me.
So, you know, to add on some, you know, more of the sad news. There's more sad news. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel movies.
Yeah. What's going on there?
Well, their director, James Gunn, was just recently discovered on Twitter that he posted some very obscene things that should not either be said nor thought of. One of the said things was, man, I'm so tired from today. I could just have a young child pee on my head.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Another was after he had just recently watched Expendables, he exclaimed, "Just saw the Expendables. I'm so amped I could fuck this little child right next to me."
That one is also sexual.
That's right, Quagmire. And I don't know if Quagmire would approve.
Well, and you got to take this into the context. But how long ago did he post these?
He posted
these
these about 10 years ago, before he was even relevant.
Right.
He was just starting up. He was trying to be edgy. You know, he kind of started up as like a comedian style, you know, guy. He wanted to be edgy, and when he finally gained relevance with Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, I'm pretty sure he didn't think that those were going to come back and bite him in the ass.
Well, and even then, and you guys have heard me say this before, when it comes to this kind of thing, like everybody has become a prude in the last 10 years.
Yes.
With, you know, with jokes being told anywhere. Like a comedian almost can't be a comedian anymore.
No,
because you got some douchebag sitting in the audience who gets offended and has to shout at the stage and be and just be a douche. But 10 years ago, before everybody started being such a prude about everything,
I would have been a prude about this as well.
Yeah, it's not that funny. It's not that funny when you're bringing in kids in this kind of scenario.
That's kind of a Herbert kind of thing.
Yeah,
You showed up just on time.
Make sure you stretch those creamy hamstrings.
Get your fat ass back over here.
Yeah, dude, it's weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
You know what?
It's wrong.
Disney found this out, and they wasted no time. They said, "Sorry, man,
axed them.
you're done. You're done, son.
You're done."
So you know what? It's going to be a new director. We don't know who yet will be directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but it's still greenlit.
Get out of here, you goddamn jackass.
Thank you, Winnebago man. Please get the hell out of here, James Gunn.
If we ever needed a Winnebago man, it was for this.
You know what? And if anybody shouldn't have been a dick. You know, I mean, it's got to be this guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So we have a message from Mr. Gunn.
Don't be a dick.
I couldn't be happier with the way that went.
And you know, some more. Just kind of wanted to add some more news. If any fans of the Flash TV series, Arrow or your Legends of Tomorrow, we're finally gonna have a big character coming up in this new crossover, and the character will be Batwoman.
Batwoman. Now I know Batgirl.
You know, there is
but
Batgirl.
I don't know Batwoman.
Batgirl, different from Batwoman. Batgirl is
different person.
Different person. Barbara Gordon, daughter of Chief Commissioner Gordon. And this one, Batwoman, is actually a distant cousin of Bruce Wayne. A woman by the name of Catherine Kane.
All right.
And she's actually a lesbian, mind you.
She related to Michael Caine.
Maybe. Alfred?
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, she is related to him. Her father was an ex-military general, and what happened was she was kidnapped along with her sister and her mother. All three of them were raped. The mother and the sister were killed. She was saved by the dad, and the dad vowed to, teach her to protect herself.
Yeah.
So when Batman came around, she dressed up as Batman to be like Batman. And to strike fear. And so Batman saw this and was like, nah, you use guns, you use violence, you're the wrong way. I don't condone any of this.
One of his Robins turned out to be that way, right?
Yeah,
also?
the Red Hood. He turned out to be the Red Hood, Jason Todd.
And he's just shooting people willy-nilly.
Shooting people willy-nilly because, I mean, think about it, you know, in his mind, these people are going to keep doing it over and over again, keep getting out. The only way to do it is to, let God sort them out. And so, it's going to be interesting because she's going to be the big crossover this December. So, I mean, we'll see what goes on. We'll see how it looks. This is going to be the first Batman in the
I understand, Steph, you're familiar. You've been familiar with Batwoman before.
Batwoman actually was created before Batgirl.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, so maybe about 5 years before Batgirl.
In the comics.
In the comics.
In the comics.
Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't really start using Batwoman too often until recently.
Yeah.
Within the last maybe 6 years.
She's really gained prominence within the last 5 years with the New 52 and Rebirth. Because before, a lot of people weren't accepting the whole, lesbian thing. But she's one of the first, lesbian.
So they wrote her in being a lesbian?
They had like hints at it. Because obviously you couldn't be very upfront about it in the 70s.
Back then.
But, they hinted at it. And then, in the 80s and 90s, they finally delved into, that she is a lesbian. She does lesbian things. So, yeah, it's very interesting.
And speaking of Batman, too, guys, it's going to make you feel old, but The Dark Knight has reached 10 years since it premiered in the theaters. Christopher Nolan's seminal comic book adaptation, it legitimized the superhero film, for better or worse.
Yep.
I think. In that year, that's the same year that Iron Man came out. I think even the Steven Spielberg's long-awaited fourth Indiana Jones movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, was coming out at that time too. That was supposed to be that summer blockbuster, I believe.
The Crystal Skull.
And that was
the first. It was the first Indiana Jones movie since the 90s, I believe.
And then here comes what is it? Iron Man comes out first, right?
Iron Man came out first, I believe, in like March of 2008.
That sounds right.
And then
Dark Knight comes out the summer and fucking kills it.
Oh yeah, they destroyed.
I think we were bragging about how many times we've seen that movie, and I can easily say I've seen it over 20 times.
Yeah, likewise, and I saw it about 8 times in theaters.
You guys beat me on that one.
Well, and I used to work for an electronics department at a retailer, so. It was just kind of on in the background, but I'm the one who put it on. So
good job, sir. Good job.
Yeah. What about you, David? How many times have you seen The Dark Knight?
Holy shit! I don't even fucking know. It's way too many. I honestly couldn't tell you. It's well into the 40s.
Wow.
Well into
Jesus.
40s.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm probably up there with you, considering. But how many times did you guys watch it in the movie theater? I watched it a handful of times.
Probably like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I saw 8, like 3 in IMAX. Once?
Yeah. You know what?
You're fucking up, sir.
Yeah, I'm not a Christian Bale fan.
Why?
Why? What's wrong with Christian Bale, man?
I was more of a Keaton fan.
I mean, you can be a fan of both.
Yeah, but just that. I don't know.
So what do you
But
think
the
about Batfleck?
Look, he's a good. He's Bale is a good Bruce Wayne. I don't think he's a good Batman.
You know the voice
Is
he
it
did in
the
the
voice?
first
Just the kind of voice. The voice kind of kills it.
The choice of doing that voice was interesting.
Where were the other drugs
Well,
going?
if you guys watch
Yeah.
the first one in Batman Begins, he does the voice way different from where he did it in The Dark Knight. Like I thought he did the voice better in the Batman Begins, but
How did he do it? I don't even remember.
it was a little bit like the graveliness, but it wasn't as like sloppy like it got in Dark Knight. Like, where is he? Where is it? Where is it? You know, it was more like.
And now Pete Holmes is putting up fucking
Yeah.
all these videos.
On College
like,
Humor.
College Humor.
It's like, but we told you.
He's just all
Yeah.
drunk and lazy about
Oh, I
it.
remember that College Humor where they go off on like different voice. Where were the other drugs
Where
going?
were
Like
the
a
other
Jerry
drugs
Seinfeld one.
going? Are you doing Seinfeld? Yeah, and I mean, he did it a little like not as deep. It was mostly like, where is it? Where is it?
He was just changing it,
He was just
but not
changing
like
it,
that.
but it wasn't
I
like
see.
drastic and weird like
Right.
it got in Rises and Dark Knight. But yeah, Dark Knight was huge. It really catapulted everything that we're at now. So, you know, actually, to go on Dark Knight, I got a little trivia game for you guys.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, sir. And
All
this
right.
is superhero quiz.
So are you the one asking us the questions?
I will be asking you guys questions. There's 24 quotes.
All right. Well,
And-
I have some music for this. Here we go. Here we go. It's eerie. All right, you can start now.
So these are 24 quotes from different superhero movies. So
David,
I
you can
need
play too, man.
Yeah, you can play too, David. So it's gonna be between you four guys. I want you guys to match the quote to the person and the movie.
All right, so we shout our names.
To the person.
So shout your names.
Okay.
To the person and the movie.
Well,
where's
you
the
can say
buzzer
movie.
when you
can
need
say
it?
the movie. If you know the character, spell out the character.
the
but
buzzer
at
is your
least the
name.
movie. Just
Shout
your
your
name.
name.
Just shout your name. All right. Okay. So the first quote. It's not who I am underneath
David.
what I do. Then.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Batman.
you're doing the voice,
Oh,
dude.
my bad, my
It
bad.
doesn't
What
work
the
when you're
fuck?
doing
Just ask the
impressions.
goddamn
I would have.
question.
Alright.
I call shenanigans.
I would have. Nope. I would have got it either way.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Oh, here we go, dude.
All right,
Hey.
I want to do the voice on this next one. I want to do the voice on this next one. All right, next one.
I'm sorry, I can't hear him. This music.
Yeah, lower it a little.
All right, here we go. There you go.
Okay. Mankind is not evil, just uninformed.
Ooh.
David, Superman.
Got it. No.
What?
Oh,
Not
what?
Superman. Not Superman. Anyone else? Get about
Wait, do I have to say the character or the movie?
the movie and the character. If you know the
Was
character.
it Superman?
No.
Say it again.
Okay, one more time. It is. Well, I'll give you choices. Mankind is not evil, just uninformed.
Oh, I know this.
So
Yeah?
one. No, there's three options.
Are you sure?
There's Thor, Iron Man, or X-Men.
Iron Man. David. Iron Man.
No.
What? David.
Joe.
No,
Yeah.
I said that
Nelson.
first.
X-Men.
Yep. There you go. Do you know
Yeah,
who? Extra
son.
points. Extra point. Do you know?
I
who?
win. Show's over. Huh?
This is where the points are made up. The
Yeah,
The
points
points
made
don't
up.
matter.
System.
The points don't matter.
Points don't
So
matter.
for an extra half point, do you know who said it?
Oh, well, let's see here. Professor X?
There you go.
Yeah, son.
Josie
Woo.
with half a point.
I'm going to be that douchebag that whenever you're doing a pickup basketball game, next point wins. No matter where the score is.
Okay.
Why do you win? Because I win. It's horseshit.
It's bullshit.
Okay, next one. And this, if you guys don't get this one, I'm gonna be so upset. With great power
Steph.
comes
David.
Yep.
Stop.
Steph.
Am I supposed to say who said it?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Well, what movie is it from, though,
It's
right?
from
It's from Spider-Man,
Okay.
and Uncle
Okay.
Ben said
There you
it.
go.
All right, there you go.
Steph.
Nailed it.
0.5. All right. So Stefan.
So do I
Josie
get 2
are tied.
points?
You get 1.5 points.
So we're
Half
doing
point.
a half point
Oh.
Get
system.
a half point
Oh.
system. All right.
Fractions
so,
are hard.
Josie and Steph are tied, and Nelson and David are just kind of slowing down here, guys. Come on now.
Yeah.
All right, next quote. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. Just the trust part comes later. So which film did it come from? X-Men, Thor, or Superman?
Nelson.
Yeah.
Superman.
There you go, Nelson. And who said it? For an extra half point.
Superman.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, actually, no, you're wrong. It's Father Leon.
Dude, you need to check these fucking facts.
I know, my bad. My bad. All right, next quote.
False hopes.
The supers are not gone. You're still here. You can still do great things. So which movie did it come from?
David.
Yes.
The Incredibles.
There you go.
Oh.
And who said it? The supers are not gone. I don't know the name. Lady? No, the lady with the glasses?
No.
Or is it?
Oh, what?
Or is it? Wait, it's
Half
not
a-
Syndrome, is it?
No, half a point to anybody that can get this.
Oh, damn. No, I'm
No?
The
Okay.
lady, the lady with the white hair.
Yes, Mirage.
Yes.
Mirage was the
I
one.
nailed
Are you going
it
to give
after
that
my
to him,
third
or is that
try.
a
I will
quarter
not give
point?
that. I, will
Okay.
not
I was
give
just
that
about to
him.
say that.
Yeah, he didn't get the name. All right,
Right.
next quote. What will you sacrifice for what you believe in? So which movie did it come in? Daredevil, Batman, or Thor?
David.
Yes.
I think it's Thor in
Yes,
Ragnarok.
sir.
And it was said by the dad.
Not Ragnarok.
No?
though.
Oh,
not
shit.
Ragnarok, but it was Thor. Can anybody guess which movie in Thor?
Joe, I'll say the first one. The first Thor.
No, sir.
All right.
Dark World. All right, next question. I guess one person can make a difference. Which superhero movie did it come from? Captain America, Green Lantern, or Spider-Man?
Steph,
Yes.
Captain America?
No.
Damn it.
David. Spider-Man.
Yes, sir. And who said that?
Tom Holland. I mean,
No.
Spider-Man. That's Tom Holland.
No, it was Mr. Stan Lee during Spider-Man 3 when he came up for his cameo appearance.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
That's the one with Tobey Maguire then.
Yeah,
that was the shitty.
That was the shitty.
The shitty Spider-Man.
Spider-Man with Eric Foreman.
Right.
Next one. Until such a time as the world ends, we will act as though it intends to spin on. Which movie does it come from? Thor, The Avengers, or X-Men?
Joe, The Avengers.
Yes, sir. And who said that?
In The Avengers, let's go with Sam L. Jackson's character.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, all right. That's
So-
good enough, right?
Thanos did nothing wrong.
Thanos did nothing wrong.
Wow. Okay. Moving on. Next one.
Here's attorney.
A hero can be anyone, even a man doing something as simple as reassuring as putting a coat around a little boy's shoulders to let him know the world had an end.
Joe.
Yes.
James Gunn.
Wow.
No, I don't know.
Okay, which superhero film did it come from? The
Worth
Incredibles,
it.
Spider-Man, or Batman?
Nelson.
Yes, sir.
Batman.
Yes, sir. And who said that?
Alfred.
No.
Well, we'll give you the bell,
Yeah, I'll give you the bell.
and then we'll give you the buzzer.
Anyone else? Anyone can get this?
Morgan Freeman.
No. All right. It's actually Batman that says it, if you guys recall, at the end of Dark Knight
Well,
Rises.
the more
Son
you
of
know.
a bitch.
All right, next quote. There's so much more to know for you. Okay, hold on. There's so much more to you than you know. Not just pain and anger. There's good in you too. And you can harness all that. You can have a power that no one can match. Not even me. Which superhero movie does this come from? X-Men, Iron Man, or Daredevil?
Oh
I
man.
want to say it's X-Men, David. X-Men.
Yes.
Only
Yes,
because
sir.
there's obviously multiple powers involved, but
Yes,
I
sir.
have no idea who said this.
Yeah. No, Steph, do you know who said this?
Oh, Xavier?
There you
And
go.
he's
gonna
talking
say
about
that.
Jean Grey?
He's talking about.
No,
he's-
Magneto.
Yes,
Ah.
talking to Magneto. So I'll actually give both of you half a point since you guys got that. Both of you guys got
Bullshit, dude.
that. Hey, man. I don't make up the rules.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, wait.
Yes, you do.
Would you like a smoke and a pancake?
Oh,
a
jeez.
bong and a blitz?
Take a hit out of that pen.
morons do anything right!
Okay, so next quote. Revenge won't make the pain go away. Trust me. I know. Which movie does this come from?
Go ahead.
Spider-Man, Daredevil, or
David.
Batman?
Spider-Man. Has to be Spider-Man.
No,
No,
sir.
Ah.
No,
What was
sir.
the? What were the choices?
So it was Spider-Man, Daredevil, or Batman?
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Batman.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
It was Daredevil, so that is no points for any of you guys.
So.
No one gets that.
All right.
Yeah, because there's only one choice
all right,
left. I
well,
can't just.
Okay. We get it.
I hate how familiar they sound, and I can't nail them. Yes.
Okay. A wise king never seeks out war, but he must always be ready for it.
Joe.
Yeah, damn it.
Black Panther.
No.
No, sir.
David.
Really?
Thor. And
yes,
it's Odin.
sir. And yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Good job.
Kudos.
All right, next one. I believe there's a hero in all of us, and that keeps us honest, gives us strength, makes us noble, and finally allows us to die with pride. Even though sometimes we have to be steady and give up the thing we want the most, even our dreams.
Fuck.
So the choices are Captain America, Spider-Man, and The Incredibles.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Captain America.
No, sir. Two more choices, guys.
What were the options?
It was Captain America, Spider-Man, and The Incredibles.
Can I have that quote in a sentence, please?
I'll
What
read
the
it.
fuck?
I'll read it one last.
Is that how we got it?
All about things.
Yes, Homer. I will repeat the part about the stuff and the things. I believe there's a hero in all of us that keeps us honest, gives us strength, makes
David.
us. Yes, sir.
It's Aunt May who says Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's Spider-Man.
Ah.
There you
I
go.
wanted the half point.
He wants that half point.
Damn, he's beating us.
He is
I don't like this one bit.
smoking you
There's not enough questions, are there?
Yeah, no, there's more.
Hell, diddly ding dong crap.
So it's a 24-point question, or a 24.
Point question.
No,
Damn.
it's a 24-question quiz. So I believe we've gotten.
Who is Andre the
through-
Giant?
We've gone through about 15, or I'm sorry, 13. So here we go.
Right on.
You're not just anyone. You're not just anyone. One day you're going to have to make a choice. You have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be. Whoever that man is, good character or bad, it's going to change the world. So is it Superman, Batman, or Green Lantern?
David.
Yes, sir.
It's Batman and it's Alfred.
No.
No. What?
No,
It's
sir.
not Batman?
It is not Batman.
What were my
Damn it.
choices again?
It was Superman,
Steph
Green
Turd
Lantern.
Ferguson.
Oh, it's gotta be.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Superman.
I just
Okay.
realized, yeah. And
Steph
it's I know
gets
who
that.
it
And
is.
it's Kent. What's his
The
name?
dad.
Dad.
Kent?
The dad.
Kent? Oh, okay, the dad. There you go.
What's his name?
Jonathan Kent.
Jonathan Kent.
Good old, what's his nose?
What's his face?
You know, the guy with the hair.
the guy
and
with the face.
The
and
farmer.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
the guy
Yeah.
with the hair and the face.
The one
Hey,
that-
Mo.
The one that fucks pigs. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Hey, Mo.
Nothing. Never mind.
Different movie.
Yeah. Anyway,
My chest for
sometimes next quote. Sometimes you gotta run before you can walk.
Mother.
X-Men, the Avengers, or Iron Man?
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Iron Man.
Yes, sir. And who said that?
Who said that? I'm gonna say Tony Stark.
Yes, sir.
All right.
4.5 for Joe C. So the tally is 4.5 Joe C, 2 for Nelson, 3.5 for Steph, and then 8.5 for David.
Oh, I don't like that.
Joe C's the closest one, and Joe C and Steph can get it. Nelson, you're still not out yet, buddy. All right.
It's Turd Ferguson.
Turd Ferguson, you're still not out.
It'll be
Next-
Turd Ferguson on one of these, man. You'll get it. Keep
Next
at it.
quote. Responsibility,
I'll take
duty.
a
J-
test
Joe.
now.
On, yes, sir.
Fuck. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's
Let me
now.
finish. Let's hits now.
I think I know what it is, though.
A Squirrel Girl.
I think I know what it is.
No?
No.
Damn. Oh,
All
well.
right,
I tried.
let me start
I
up.
think I know what it is. I just want to.
Let me finish.
David, Captain America.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, really?
Captain
Oh, wow.
America. No,
And-
it's
and it-
not.
and it-
It's not.
What?
David's-
What?
David's not
Oh,
in it.
man. Come
Okay,
on, man.
let
You gotta
me-
know this.
Let me finish the
I'm
quote.
controlling the bells and buzzers.
Jesus. Okay. Responsibility, duty, honor. These are not mere virtues to which we must aspire. They
David,
are-
Batman.
God damn it, let me finish.
Was he right or not?
No, he's wrong.
I'm obviously wrong.
They're essential to every soldier, to every king.
What the fuck, David?
Yes.
Black Panther.
You son of a bitch. No.
What
let,
the
let me
fuck?
give you the options.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Thor.
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
Who?
It was his dad.
Yes,
It was
sir.
fucking what's
Odin.
his
Odin. There
yeah
you
the
go.
guy from the guy
I'll
that
give it
eats
to you
the
because the dad,
brains.
Mr. Interrupt over here.
I'm trying to nail it before I'm trying to take the points.
He's trying to be
trying
that
to
other
be-
superhero, the
Yeah.
Interrupter.
Mr.
The interrupter.
Mr. Sean
Right.
Connery over here interrupting me.
I'll take the tits now for 500.
Moo. That's the sound your mother made last night.
I'll take the rapist for 2,000.
That is therapist. All right, next quote.
This is getting off the rails.
Yeah. I honestly don't know how this got
Plow
to
ahead.
that.
Let's just plow ahead.
All right, next quote. Why do we fall?
David, Alfred, Batman.
Pick harder quotes.
God damn it. It's not Alfred that said it.
What?
but
Then his dad
it's
said
in
it.
Batman.
His
Yes,
dad
it
and
is.
his
It
Alfred
is his
said
ba-
it.
Yes.
They both said it.
Yes.
I
God
should
damn
get
you.
2.5 points for that.
Fuck you. Mister. No, you get you get 1 point for interrupting me,
God
son
damn
of a
it.
bitch.
Oh, he gets negative
Yeah.
points for
Yeah,
interrupting me.
Fair enough.
Every time you interrupt me, I shall take away 1 point.
New rule. All right.
The
Every
points don't
person
matter.
can be a force for good, free to force his own destiny. Which movie did it come from? The Avengers, Superman, or Daredevil?
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Superman.
Yes, sir. And who said that?
The hologram of his parents. The Kal-El,
I'll give it-
the
I'll
L,
give it
the
to
L
you.
house.
I'll give it to you. It was Jor-El, but yeah, you got the house. So I guess the family. All right, next one. Anything I see in my mind, I can create. I've just got to focus. Which
David.
movie- Yes, sir.
Green Lantern.
Yes, sir. And who said that?
The fucking Green Lantern.
Ryan Reynolds.
Whoa.
Deadpool said it.
How do you know these things?
Deadpool.
I'll give I'm giving you an extra half.
You know,
point for that
man,
one.
you have some balls, man. You're actually admitting that you saw and probably remembered a lot of Green Lantern.
I've seen it. No, it's just I don't know. I'd
It was
actually
in the commercial, so it's
and
hard to
it's
miss.
not just that. It's kind of like a thing he says.
Yeah.
I just know the lore. behind
Okay. Next one.
No, fuck you.
Whatever comes our way, whatever battle we have raging inside of us, we always have a choice, my friend. Taught me that. My friend taught me that. He chose to be the best of himself. It's choices that make us who we are, and we can always choose to do what's right. Which movie did this come from? Batman, The Incredibles, or Superman? Or Spider-Man, I'm sorry. Steph.
Spider-Man?
Yes, sir. And who said that? I mean, man.
Your mother.
Mary Jane?
Nope.
Hmm.
Any other guesses?
Flash.
David, Uncle Ben.
No, Nelson, you can jump in, man. You can get a half point
Wait,
here.
no.
Repeat that real quick.
I think it's. Oh, wait. no.
You don't get another. You don't
You
get
don't get
another
another
one.
repeat.
repeat. Once it's in
Repeat.
Spider-Man.
Repeat.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
Repeat.
Right?
Okay, I'm moving along.
Repeat.
No, it was.
He's trying.
It was Oh, let me repeat it for Nelson, so I can keep him in here. Whatever comes our way, whatever battle we have raging inside of us, we always have a choice. My friend taught me that. He chose me to be the best of himself. It's choices that make us who we are, and what we can always choose to do what's right. So, who said it for half a point in Spider-Man? Who says it?
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Jamie Foxx.
No.
Turd
No?
Ferguson.
No, it's
No.
Still
is it
Turd Ferguson
the
then.
guy who's the professor.
All right, this is getting out of hand.
Harry
No, it
Osborn.
was-
I was gonna say Green Goblin. That was my.
It was Peter Parker in
Ah,
Spider-Man
God
3.
damn it.
Oh. All right. Fuck that movie anyway.
Damn it,
All
Parker.
I'm trying to forget that movie. I'm trying to delete it from my brain.
Yeah, I think we're all trying to delete that movie from our brain. Next quote. Your will turns thought into reality. What movie was this from? Spider-Man, Green Lantern?
David.
Yes, David.
Green Lantern.
Yes, sir.
You and Green Lantern, man.
Seriously.
I swear.
Who
Jeez.
It's how
says
his
it?
powers work.
Oh, shut up.
And who says it?
The guy who's training him. I don't fucking know. The guy who hands him the ring because he's dying. Right?
No.
No. Okay. Well, it's
Well,
Green Lantern.
all right.
Okay.
One of those little blue guys.
It was
Little blue.
Tomar Ray, the fish-looking guy that he meets when he first shows up.
Interesting.
the orange
The
looking fish.
orange-looking fish.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Next
Shit,
one.
should have a point for that.
It's an imperfect world, but it's the only one we've got. Captain America, Iron Man, or Thor?
David.
Joe.
Yes. Joe.
David said it
Or
first.
David said it first.
Iron Man and Tony Stark said it.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And
Wow. All right. This should be the last two questions.
Are you sure?
I am sure, sir. All right. Whatever happens tomorrow, you must promise me one thing. That you will stay who you are. Not a perfect soldier, but a good man. So where does this come from? The Avengers, Captain America, or X-Men?
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Captain America.
Yes, sir.
And Captain America said it.
Not Captain America. He didn't say it himself.
Oh.
For half a point.
Steph.
Yes.
Peggy?
No. Nope. It wasn't
Bucky?
Peggy. It was not Bucky.
So it was not Bucky.
It was Dr. Abraham Erskine. By Stanley Tucci. The character played by Stanley Tucci in the movie.
Interesante.
Okay, so last question. And it's kind of futile at this point. But you know
the
what?
marbles.
Let's make this
Are we
interesting here.
mathematically kicked out of the game now?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm going to kind of make this a little interesting.
Next point wins.
Joke's on you.
If you guys can get the movie and the character and the actual movie title of where this quote came from, I will be the winner. But right now,
What is the winner
if David,
So you need to
David
get a hat trick.
So yeah, if you guys
steal.
get this before David, you will win.
So all David
Oh,
has to
I'll
do
throw
is
it
shout
up.
his name.
I'll throw in a
I have to
prize.
get it-
The
I have to get
Amazing
at least
Spider-Man
one-
on
gotta
DVD.
get-
One aspect of it right.
He's got to get at least one aspect of it right. He cannot
Hey.
get one. And if he gets one wrong, he has to stay quiet and let you guys answer. Okay.
I'll throw in
so-
a prize.
Yeah.
Everybody gets, whoever gets it, gets The Amazing Spider-Man on DVD.
Oh shit!
On DVD.
Well, yeah, it's like $3 now. I'll do that.
No, I have it in my collection.
Oh, there you go. All right, here we go.
All right.
Fear is the enemy of will. Will is what makes you take action. Fear is what stops you at
David.
what makes you weak.
Batman.
No, David is wrong. Okay, Joe, you're
Wait,
the
what
next
did he
one.
say?
He
What did
said
he-
Batman.
He said Batman.
It was not Batman. David.
Really?
Yeah, and
That's what I thought. It was.
I was gonna say Batman
And,
Begins.
You know, it would have been helpful if you let me get to your options, but since David's out right now.
Oh, the interrupter. The interrupter strikes again!
Strikes again. And here we go. The options were Daredevil, Spider-Man, or Green Lantern.
Oh, I know which one it is.
So anyone can
Oh,
steal
well,
this
I
for
was
the win.
okay. Joe's Green Lantern.
It's Green Lantern.
Okay.
And then who said it?
The yellow one. The fucking right? No, aren't they yellow?
Like, you
Aren't they? I don't fucking know.
It's Green Lantern. It's not the yellow guy. I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's the guy played by Mark Strong. No. All right.
I don't know. Well,
Anyone else? Green Lantern character?
You just answered that quick.
Green
No,
Lantern.
but remember they had to get the character. They got to get the movie and the character that says it.
I
get
thought
your
you
win.
just gave away the answer right now.
No. I
Oh.
didn't. I didn't.
I don't fucking know.
No.
I've
Oh
never
my
seen
God.
that movie.
Okay,
Yeah,
Nelson,
I
your
haven't
last
seen it.
one.
It's all
No?
on you, Nelson.
I haven't seen it.
All right, David, can you get it? Who's
Oh
the
no,
character?
I have no idea.
It's Sinestro.
Oh, I
So-
fucking knew it.
so who wins?
So David
Just
wins.
the way you looked at him when he said
Alright.
not the yellow one. He's not, well, I mean he's yellow.
Yeah.
So next time
This
I
is
see
bullshit.
you, David, you're getting Amazing Spider-Man on DVD.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know if that was happy but yeah, we'll go with good thing. We'll
That's
go
the
with good thing.
punchline.
It was a reaction.
That's the punchline.
Slightly used, never open.
Oh, it's been used. It's probably scratched. I don't know.
Even better.
Yeah, even better.
That way you don't have to watch it.
That's for interrupting.
Why is it all
son of a
sticky?
bitch.
Nah, too late. You already gave it to me. It's mine.
That went nuts.
Sucker.
All right.
So you got some. So we'll switch gears here. Something a lot less nerdy. You got sports for us today, man?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Here we go.
Sports. What's up, guys?
Hi, Josh.
God damn it. Well, as everyone in Los Angeles knows by now, we acquired a Mr. Manny Machado from the Baltimore Orioles.
I hear good things from this guy. I
Oh,
understand he's
man.
supposed to be somebody, right?
Yeah, he made his debut July 20th against the Brewers in Milwaukee. And he wore number 13 for the Orioles, and number 13 right now is currently being held by Mr. Max Muncy, the rookie. So, naturally you would think that when he comes over, he'd punk Max Muncy and tell him, like, hey, give me my jersey. No, he did not even approach Max Muncy. Instead, because he's coming to LA, he decided to wear the number 8 in honor of his favorite NBA player, Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant.
Bean.
That's his nickname, Mr. Kobe Bean Bryant.
That's
And
interesting.
he's a huge Kobe fan, so him coming to LA, he's super excited to be here. he wants to win here, and maybe he'll re-sign with us. But it's a huge thing. He actually made his debut yesterday. He had 2 walks and 2 hits.
Okay.
So
they're not bad.
Yeah, so far he's holding up to it. I mean, what do you guys think? World Series? Dodgers fans in here?
Yeah. I'd be disappointed if it didn't go down that way.
I mean,
this year, the way the moves that I hear that they're making, I understand that they're supposed to be good.
Yeah, I mean, they're really trying to go in a win-all mentality, especially with Kershaw possibly being a free agent next year. It may be our last chance, And I mean, we're really the only relevant team here in Los Angeles, right? There's no other team. Oh wait, there's the Angels.
Hey, they're not an LA team. They're in Anaheim.
They're
That's
the
right.
Anaheim Angels of
Angels.
or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Anaheim Angels.
Yeah,
That's the
they're
way it
Anaheim
should have been.
Angels.
What about the California Angels? That was back way back when.
Yeah, I would have accepted that as well. I mean, we've got the Golden State Warriors. But yeah, so I mean, hopefully, sky's the limit. The Dodgers may acquire a reliever, and that may push us over the edge. So I mean, we'll see. So in some NFL news, actually, so there was a lot of I talked about this recently on the last podcast about the national anthem protest policy that was just passed by the NFL, and the Dolphins enacted it almost by having terms saying that if you do any of their team does it the first time, it's going to be a fine. Second time would be automatic 4-game suspension.
All right.
So there was huge backlash. A lot of players even saying, you know what, we're still gonna protest because it's what we believe in. And now the NFL is starting to backtrack because they're realizing, shit, they actually may still protest. We may be out of a lot of players.
Oh, wow.
So they said, you know what, it's not concrete. We're going back to the drawing table and we're gonna relook at the policy.
Okay.
So
what did they come up with?
They're still relooking at it, but a famous individual, a very famous individual, mind you, recently had some words to say about this.
All right.
Everyone may know him as the ass puppet of Mr. Vladimir Putin, our own president, Mr. Donald Trump.
Okay, number 45.
Number 45. That's all I'm going to refer to as here. Number 45 said, "The NFL anthem debate is alive and well again. Can't believe it. Isn't it in contract that players must stand at attention, at hand in heart? The $40 million commissioner must make a stand. First time kneeling out for a game, second time kneeling out for the season. No pay." So
yeah, he's an asshat.
He's an asshat. And one of the players, Mr. Mike Evans of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, wide receiver, he responded in kind on Twitter. "You mad that the USFL didn't work out?"
Oh.
So I say,
shots fired.
Shots fired, sir. Shots fired. Like, what do you guys? I mean, what do you guys think about this? This shouldn't be news, right?
It's dumb. It's a distraction. If you ask me, I mean, there's probably something else worth knowing about.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
whatever.
In my opinion, I think this is kind of putting a stain on the NFL.
It has been, yeah. I agree.
And I think it's slowly gonna kind of lower the NFL's popularity in the U.S. and shit. We may even see NBA becoming the prominent sports league.
In my opinion, I think the NBA is a lot more exciting. I mean, there's always something going on. I mean, if there's a whistle, it's because somebody actually, fucking fouled somebody. And it's usually more legitimate than anything else. It's a high-scoring game.
And the violence on the NBA games sometimes is even better. Like the whole Malice at the Palace, Meta World Peace, beating the shit out of Ben Wallace.
Right,
I mean, you get some crazy-ass shit like that, I mean, so I think this has got to stop. Guys, just enjoy the goddamn sport. Right. These guys want to use a platform.
Yeah.
Enjoy the sport.
It's fucking sport.
Yeah, I mean,
let's play some games.
Exactly.
That's it.
Play ball.
There's no reason politics should be involved.
Exactly. Leave politics to the politicians. Let's just enjoy our goddamn sports.
FYI, no politics on the show.
Oh, wait. Hey, hang on. Who's Pikachu fighting right now?
Actually, I just started a new game. Last time I started one that didn't save the file quite right. And this time, I'm starting all over. Oak is just catching this Pikachu for me, and we're about to go back, and I'm going to go face my rival.
And if I'm not mistaken, last time you said that you evolve your Pikachu.
I always evolve my Pikachu.
You are a son of a bitch.
Hey, man, Raichu is just way more badass.
But it's Pikachu, man.
It is.
Why don't you just trade somebody for a Pikachu and then
that's shocking.
Because
he's
gonna be a lot. He's gonna be a lot happier in the end.
Yeah, he'll ride the lightning.
Ride the lightning. All right.
So sports,
That's it for sports for me, guys.
Right on, man. Thanks. Oh, wrong one.
Oh, but I like you.
Well, as requested, Nelson, we don't do this on every show, but Nelson's just like, you guys were doing the joint report. I want me some joint report. So you know what, Nelson? We're gonna give you the joint report.
Are you on weed? Give me some. I'll smoke you two under the table.
All right.
Boochies.
Well, it's been about 6 months since recreational marijuana use has been legalized in the good old state of California, but there's been a few setbacks, and and I'm getting this information from the San Diego Union Tribune, and the first thing that pissed me off about this, and honestly the only thing that pissed me off about this article, is that the writer of this article said, anger, frustration, marks 6-month anniversary of recreational marijuana sales in California. You can't have an anniversary if it's been less than a year.
Yeah,
It's not it's maybe a month anniversary. What would you say?
That's like in high school when you were dating a chick for just a few
It's our
weeks.
1 week anniversary.
I was going to say that. We're all on the same page.
Anniversary means 1 year. I mean,
Yeah.
So this guy's. I already don't like this guy.
That's like saying that's like half Christmas. That's like saying there's a
Oh,
half
no.
Christmas.
Happy half Christmas.
God damn it,
that
man.
guy.
Meaning
No.
you're celebrating
We'll talk about
in
a buzzkill.
July.
Right?
Yeah.
No kidding. So where are the?
So California marked the 6-month anniversary of recreational marijuana sales on earlier this month, with consumers and cannabis industry complaining about everything from the steep prices to high taxes to a scarcity of licensed pot shops, which
Yeah.
is very, very true. I mean,
Yep.
with the measure that went through or the proposition that went through, I mean, California said yes, let's have this, but I mean, it still left discretion to some of the counties or some of the cities to block it.
Yeah,
To
and-
cock to block their cock.
Yeah, and to add on that point, you know,
Their
we
green
were
cock.
actually we were actually victims of said circumstance. We had a shop that we would go to in LA. It was called Cannibal City Collective, and
Right.
they were medical
Right.
only, and they could not become recreational because the city of Los Angeles only allowed, I believe, like 30 permits to be distributed.
No, God!
I know, Michael. I know.
No, God, please, no! No!
I know. I'm sorry, man.
No!
Okay, Michael. Jesus, Michael.
Michael, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, Michael, you got to get the fuck on out of here.
Bears, beats,
But you know, like they could, like there's over 100 collectives and you know shops in LA. So for them to only make 30 permits available, like that, I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's
like
a huge
you
problem.
gotta. It's gonna be a journey to fucking get to your
Yeah.
your local weed guy.
I know for
shop
us out here
thing.
in West Covina, it's a mission to get anything out here. So yeah, that sucks.
They're missing out on a great opportunity to make a lot of money.
Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't
Isn't
know.
there
Everybody's
right
being
around,
such a prude.
not too far from here?
There's a couple. There's a
Yeah.
couple
There's
around
a few
here
around here.
from this
Under
dumpy little
Harmonies.
office.
House of
Yeah.
100 Harmonies, the church.
They
The
didn't
church.
s-
They're
they didn't close.
yeah, and they got raided this week, guys.
Yes, they did.
They got raided. They shut it down. I believe Wednesday, Thursday, and they
for
they
part
fucked
of the
their
day.
shit up.
For
Yeah.
part of the day on Friday as well.
That makes sense when I didn't see no security parked in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
weird.
They had to like change some stuff up because they were kind of getting a little too lenient with their policy, just leaving the door wide open, letting people walk in.
Yeah, they, and that's what sucks about when you don't have proper management or proper security. A lot of things can get lazy. A lot of things can kind of slip through the cracks, and you don't want that to happen when you got an entire business on the line and, dare I say, a community service.
Exactly. I mean, they're serving the community.
Well, these licenses, although there's some things that they have to be compliant with, and although they've known about the deadline for some of these compliance measures, many marijuana companies have been slow to submit their products to labs to see if they meet state-imposed quality standards that went into effect on July 1st.
Get high on their own supplies.
Yeah. So industry officials say that it's creating a bottleneck that could lead to spot shortages of cannabis, particularly in San Diego, where consumer demand is expected to soar during the summer tourist season, specifically during the Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Alone, which will draw at least 135,000 visitors in July. Like they're currently out there right now trying to just, get get a little happy.
And to add on that point, about the shortage of marijuana. Like recently, the state just cracked down on saying that a lot of dispensaries, a lot of producers had to get rid of their crops because like they
didn't
only
meet
allowed,
inspection.
they didn't meet
and shit,
inspection, so they wanted them to sell it all right away and create a new crop. So like there was a huge sale, like every dispensary all over like California, where like you would get like 8 grams of weed normally would sell for $60. You get it for like $20. So yeah,
and the shortage would represent an inconvenience for consumers.
Yeah,
it could be an extinction event for companies whose products don't turn out to be compliant. And this was said by Pamela Epstein, Chief Executive Officer of Green Wise Consulting, a Los Angeles-based firm that serves the cannabis industry.
Oh, wow.
So they might not have enough money to recover from this. When they have to just kind of let go of what they just produced. So it's getting a little weird. I mean, I figured there would be it would be a bumpy road.
Yeah.
To kind of getting what we want.
I think we all kind of had a feeling it was going to happen like that.
Specifically with stoners.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, come on, man. Don't get high on your own supply, guys. Come on now.
Hey kids, wanna get high?
Shut up, Tally.
So that's all I got for the joint report. I thought that was worth noting because I think the utopia here is, I've been hearing it my whole life. Why? I've been thinking it my whole life. Like, why is weed illegal? It's not bad for you necessarily. I mean, it's bad if you let it be bad for you, in the sense of like you're not showing up to work or you're just kind of fucking up on your grades at school and that kind of thing. So, as a responsible adult, I like to think that it doesn't affect the way I work or study or be a good human being, a good citizen.
No, I mean, it's just about being responsible, and
don't let it affect your shit.
Don't let it rule your world, people.
Totally. So that's all I got, guys.
Smoke weed every day.
And will do, Nate Dogg, will do.
And so we got some music highlights, everybody. All right. Well, Nelson, you told me earlier today that you wanted to highlight a specific track by a band called Grave Shadow. Why don't you tell us about that?
So Grave Shadow is a symphonic metal band. They are a local band out of Sacramento, California. This is their second album called Ambition's Price. It is out now on M Theory Audio Records. And this track that he's going to play for you is called Call of the Frostwolves 3 War Chief.
So this is supposed to be like a sequel. Like have there been other Call of
on the album there's Call of the Frostwolves. 1 is Slave, 2 is Liberator, and then 3 is War Chief.
Oh, interesting.
So
Okay,
they're very symphonic. It's pretty cool. I think you guys would dig it.
let's check it out. Let's see what we got here.
All right.
That was cool, man. How long have they been a band? Any idea? Did you just discover them?
I just discovered them since a friend of mine actually recommended to me. A friend of mine lives in Sacramento. They're part of that whole scene up there. I actually got to see them this past Wednesday over at the Viper Room. They actually kick ass. They're a 5-piece band. The singer is Heather. She's been in
another one with a first name basis.
Heather Michelle.
There you go. Whoa, we got the middle name too. Damn.
That's how she goes back.
Right on.
That was I mean that was
5-piece
dope.
band.
Very melodic, just like you said. Yeah.
So they're pretty cool. So that Sacramento scene is actually really alive and well.
It's lit.
It's lit.
Nice.
So
sick.
I didn't know Sacramento had like a prominent scene, or at least one that was going that way.
They've got a couple. Navayan, Dire Pearl, those other bands are more like more power metal.
Okay.
So
A lot quicker and more pissed off.
well, I wouldn't say pissed off, but there's a lot of if you actually listen to the lyrics, there's a lot of mystical kind of mystique story to it. So,
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, up next on the music highlights, there is this song that we talked about this a few podcasts ago on the Foobar show. Green Day's Billy Joe Armstrong and Rancid's Tim Armstrong have teamed up to form a new supergroup called the Armstrongs. Billy Joe's son, Joey Armstrong, and he's in a punk band himself, SWMRS.
Swimmers.
Okay. Swimmers. Right on.
Get it right.
I see how you got that from that. And Tim Armstrong's nephew, Ray Armstrong, found out that the quartet rounded out the quartet, which also, and they released their I can't talk right now. Which also released their first song, "If There Was Ever a Time." I don't think they've put out anything after this because this came out last year in 2017. But here is "If There Was Ever a Time" by the Armstrongs.
If there was ever a time to stand together, if there was ever a time, it's tonight. If there was ever a time to hold your brothers and your sisters, then the time is right. If there was ever a time to stand together, if there was ever a time, it's tonight. If there was ever a time to hold your brothers and your sisters, then the time is right. Well, we gathered in DuPont Circle, and we gathered in Jack Lawrence Square, and we talked that Amtrak train, and we told them we couldn't breathe out. If there was ever a time to stand together, if there was ever a time, it's tonight. If there was ever a time to hold your brothers and your sisters, and the time is right. Come on. We're aiming for the rooftops beyond the river Doubt. We're arming sound Neil alternating whispers and shouts. If there was ever a time to stand together, if there was
Well, wanted to share that gem with you. Now, David, you described that as punk rock Christmas music.
Definitely.
I see where they were trying to go with this, with the whole punk anthem type of thing.
Yeah.
And it was probably because it was their first effort. But you can totally tell the difference between Billy Joe and Tim doing the vocals there. It's a big chasm in between them.
No, yeah, I mean it changes from being a Rancid song to being a Green Day song.
I think it's more of a Rancid influence.
It is
in the whole feel of it.
Yeah, I mean with just Billy Joel singing at some part, but yeah, I mean it very very much felt like a
It's
Rancid
actually
song.
on the soundtrack for this documentary about East Bay punk.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that. That Billy Joe Armstrong is directing and starring, I think.
No, it's narrated by Iggy Pop.
Okay.
But I think he was one of the minds behind the documentary.
Behind the
cool.
documentary, right?
Yeah.
Right
Okay.
on.
And so
right
I
on.
think it just came out on DVD.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, awesome. Right on. Well, the third and final song that I wanted to highlight for this show, Alice in Chains has a new album coming out. I'm excited. I really like the singer for that's been doing the work for them, and it really brings me back to old school kind of Alice in Chains, where they're kind of gritty and very grungy. I mean, it sounds like early Alice in Chains in my opinion. Album's called Rainier Fog. It's coming out later this year, and this song is called "The One You Know." That was a little taste of "The One You Know" by Alice in Chains coming out later this year.
Doesn't it? Yeah, it takes me back.
Yeah, dude.
Nice, man.
Yeah, so I think William Duvall, who joined the band back in 2006 as the co-lead vocalist, along with Jerry Cantrell, is doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
They did this thing where, what was it? It was in Seattle. I think maybe the Seahawks were in the Super Bowl or going towards in that direction. And then they did a concert. They did a concert in Seattle at their stadium. I think they played their three like major singles like Rooster and Man in the Box, and they played another one as well. And dude, they sound better live in my opinion. Those guys can harmonize like motherfuckers, dude.
So this is their new album?
It's coming out later this year. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And they're on tour.
And they're on tour. That's
shit.
right.
Wednesday was August 29th. They'll be at the Palladium.
Oh, damn.
The Friday the 31st, they're at Riverside Municipal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, dude.
Nice, man. Can't wait for that album.
Yeah, I couldn't be more excited to hear the rest of this album, man. I've been hankering for some Alice in Chains in my life. I mean, we just got an STP album. That was a long time coming, after the death of good old Scott. But Jeff's doing a great job doing the front lead vocals on the STP. We just saw him, as we talked about last time you were on our shows, Nelson, when we went to the Rose and checked him out. Oh, Steph was there too.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was great.
Yeah.
And then
so much
fight
fun.
broke out.
Oh yeah, there was a fight that broke out in the front in the pit.
And then a couple members of Hollywood Vampire came out.
Yeah, Joe Perry and
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Yeah. So
That
that was a great time. But anything from that era, that Seattle grunge era, just give me more. Just give me more of that shit.
Yes, please.
I've been missing it for a very, very long time.
Extra helping for me.
Isn't today an anniversary of somebody's death?
No, it was on the 20th. It was yesterday.
I was way off.
It was the anniversary of Mr. Chester Bennington.
That's right. That's right. Lincoln Park's Chester Bennington.
Yes.
Already.
He will be missed.
He will.
He has been missed.
He has been missed terribly.
Isn't it also what's his name's birthday? Oh my gosh.
Chris Cornell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris Cornell. And that's it's funny because he Chester took his life because he the remembrance of Chris Cornell kind of got to him.
Yeah.
At least that's what everybody's kind of speculating or did speculate at that time.
Yeah,
when he decided
that his demons kind of overtook him from the depression he was going through because he was very close with Chris Cornell, and so yeah, it's sad, man. You guys if you guys ever feel like that, definitely get help.
Man, reach out to somebody.
Yeah,
there's plenty of help out there for that kind of situation, but
not to us, but somebody.
Didn't want to turn this into a bummer, but
since we were on the subject, Jesus Christ, give me a fucking break here. Give me a fucking bound.
Hey man, we took over.
Well, Nelson, that's our show, man. Anything that you want to tell us? You want to?
The funny thing is, recently we are now both the Foobar show, FOO Bar show, and myself, Fun Never Ends podcast. We are now available on Spotify. Woo! I recently
So,
found that out because
yeah.
these guys posted, Spotify. I'm like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So-
yeah. Well, it's not easy getting on Spotify.
No, it isn't.
It's a
They
little
took
bit of a
fucking forever.
process. Yeah. It's a little bit of a process, but I'm pretty happy to announce that we're on there. And I found out by accident. One of my buddies is just like one of my buddies who listens to, in fact, Richie from who's doing the drums for TFE.
Richie.
He listens to his music and his podcast through Spotify, and he's just like, oh, like I could just listen through.
Should
here.
somebody call him
So-
if they need a house or something?
Yeah, he's a good realtor.
Yeah, he's a good realtor. Definitely.
For any of your realty needs.
Martinez Group in Chino Hills.
That's right. That's right.
And I expect some payment for this, Richard.
Well, anything else, Nelson?
That does it for us over here in this dumpy little office in West Covina, California. So,
Well, on my end, thank you all very much for listening in to Fun Never Ends podcast. And if you liked what you hear, listen into the Foobar Show. Thank you for subscribing and telling a friend like a freaking champ. You can always catch us at Foobar Show. That's FOOBarshow at gmail.com. And FOOBar Show as our handle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out. Drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos.
this has been Fun Never Ends Podcast.
With Nelson, Josie,
Until next time, friends, we'll catch you on
and
the flip
David.
side.
For David and Steph, don't be a dick.
¿Qué pasó?
What happened? Did it shut down?